Hey guys, I'm Reagan. I work in finance.
Hi guys, I'm Ryan. I work in tax.
And this is Working Late. So if you are grinding through a long day or a late night, we're here to keep you company and remind you why it's all worth it. So, Ryan, thank you for being back, covering for Jordan for another week. What do you have going on?
Great to be back. Not a whole lot. A couple work things we can discuss later, and then, but personally, we were busy selling a car on the open market. I don't know how anyone ever has sold anything on Facebook or any of those other open marketplaces. You're a saint if you can make it all the way through that. That's a horrible process. I never want to do it again.
Yeah, every time I've gone, I've never sold anything as big as a car on Facebook Marketplace, but anytime I've tried to sell anything on there, it's like the people are completely illiterate. They've never communicated with another human a day in their life.
That is right on
and
the money.
and they want everything for free. Did you have people trying to get your car for free?
We had a couple low ballers. We get a lot of people with, send me, here's my email with like spaces in it. And a few people just, hey, here's a link, buy something from me first. And then, I can buy your car. And then after we sold it, we were still getting we got an unhinged message from an older fellow who don't think he understood how, messaging worked. And he was just thirsty for this car. I really hate that we didn't get to sell it to him.
Do you really hate that?
No, not really. Although I would have loved to meet this man in person from the messages he would send. They started out like he wanted me to buy his car, which was
Okay.
like the same one we were selling. And then it turned into his opening pitch. And then he went into, oh, I really want this car. And we were telling him, well, sorry, it's already sold. And then he sent a whole nother message about, I really got to have this car. What can I do to get it? We're like, dude, it's gone. And then we took the listing down.
Nice. I feel like I've had this issue where, like, I tried to sell our old washer and dryer, and I drive like a Ford Escape. My husband drives a Camry, and like we can't haul it anywhere. But I put in the listing, like, you have to come pick it up. I'm not delivering it. And I had so many
Discount.
people just be like, "Well, I don't have a truck," and I'm like, "Okay." That's not
Not
my
my problem.
problem. Yeah.
Go and get those U-Haul trucks.
Yeah. Or
1995 in town. Come on.
I remember getting so far with this lady, and I thought she was going to come get it. I thought she understood. It says in all caps on the listing, you have to come pick it up. We like had agreed on a price, and I was selling these for like $100, like nothing. And then at the very end, she's like, well, I don't have a truck. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, how can I come get it? And I'm like, I don't know. Not my problem.
Hire somebody. I don't.
So anyways, I think
Come get these.
I just ended up putting those on the curb because it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, my only real experience selling something like that, I think it was like 10, 15 years ago. I sold some like rims off my old truck on Craigslist. I didn't know what I was doing, just posting them. The first guy that messaged me, full price. So I met him at a Target off of East Chase in Fort Worth.
Nice.
We did the deal, and that was it. That was my entire experience with something like this.
That sounds like a
And
great experience.
It was. That's prior, to the bots and scammers, and then, we posted it on a auto marketplace where you can trade vehicles apparently, and assuming that would get past, the bots, only real sellers. No, it was just a barrage of scammers until we finally could get into some actual people. But like a week after the posting had already been out, and by that point we put it on Facebook and got some actual buyers you can research
Yeah.
before meeting.
Yeah. So do you think you'll ever sell a car like that again, or are you going to the dealership?
I will probably just go to the dealership.
CarMax.
I'll just make it happen. Yeah, CarMax. That was our like backup plan, was have CarMax or Carvana come get it, and I'll just like lose a couple grand on it, whatever. Just come get this thing. But after like 4 nights of like test drives and dads answering questions and stuff, I was just like, just come get this thing.
Yeah.
First guy to come buy it, let's do it. So, and he came to me, so he got a deal.
I can relate to that for sure. Well, outside of the car, how's work going?
It's going. We're getting into vacation season, so as people in and out, you kind of pick up some job duties here and there as people are out. So it's kind of new. It's cool to get like different experience elsewhere. It's a kind of a good way for our department to kind of move around and get some like cross-functional experience.
Okay.
People go on these like long vacations.
That's like a really positive outlook to have on that, having to pick up like other people's work. I respect that.
Yeah, it's really not too bad. There's a couple teams, not my team. There's a couple girls going on maternity leave about the same time, so they'll be they might have a different take on it because they'll have to pick up 6 months worth of work from two different girls. So good luck to them. But
yeah,
the 2 week thing is not that bad.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I have 2 coworkers going on maternity leave at the same time in a few months, and I think everyone on my team is pretty intimidated by what that's going to look like. So I've been like cross training with their work, and just trying to figure out what that's going to look like.
Have to learn their job on the fly while doing your job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it'll be okay. Like that's such a great outlook to just think like, hey, this is a great opportunity to learn some cross-functional things, some things I wouldn't have
you might
seen otherwise.
Try something new, something you wouldn't normally do, and learn a new skill.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. I feel a lot better about it now.
Yeah, go with, and it's only temporary.
Yeah,
hopefully.
For sure. Well, hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully they come back.
So your girls, they're getting 6 months of maternity leave?
Yes, that's what we have. It's not
Nice.
Quite 6 months, but it's basically 6 months, whatever the weeks are.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think at my company it's like 4 months, or you can do 5. But I was talking to one of my friends this morning who I think she gets like 5 weeks. And I'm like, what do you mean? That's insane.
That's barely enough time to recover.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of maternity leave, Jordan is on her maternity leave. She has 2 healthy babies. They're all at home. Let's see. Today is May 11th. So coming up on 2 weeks. So
2 weeks.
She is very much like in the thick of being a new mother, her and Greg both.
I'm sure she knows exactly what time and day it is right now.
Yeah. I've been checking in on her quite a bit. Sometimes I get a text back, but I hope she just knows that we're here for her, and I care about her and I'm thinking about her. So
I hope she enjoys that roses we sent to her house on Saturday.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, speaking of work, I don't know if you have like a take on this, but I have been having a lot of unstructured time lately. We finished our last forecast cycle, and we finished our like board decks today, and now it's like this is the time to catch up on all your little projects, and if there's something that has to get done, I have no problem getting it done. But if it's just open-ended time, I really struggle with that. What are you like with that?
Honestly, I'm kind of the same. I do a lot of unstructured stuff. It does come in waves. Like I know like messages and emails coming in, like I can zone in and just crank things out. But it's like as soon as that flood stops and I'm done with my task, like it is really hard to like shift gears and go to those little projects, either the little ones or even the big ones that are going to take like days or weeks. It's just hard to like get started. So I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah, or like the ones where you have no idea what you're doing. Like you don't really know what the starting point even is. You just know that at some point someone wants to see it.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I've gotten lucky a few times where like I'll start that little project and then just put it off to the side and not think about it. And then I'll get that, check-in message or email. I'm like, oh crap, I did not do that. And I'll open up and I've got just enough started so I can at least like make it sound like I'm in the thick of it.
Yep. I've been there too.
That's more of a luck thing. I would not recommend doing that.
Well, it's amazing how like if I schedule a meeting to talk about it a week from now, it's amazing how little I can get done in the next 5 days and how much I can get done in the hour before the meeting.
Yeah, that's pretty much my entire like schooling career. Actually, I did that today. I had a meeting today with an authority at 2:00, 2 to 3. I've had more than a week to prepare. I had to go gather some documents that are in a folder somewhere and like just make sense of them. And I waited till 30 minutes before this meeting to start, and I knew I had to get this done, and I just could not do it. And then I just sped run right through it as the meeting was happening.
Yep.
And you feel good, but also you feel like a little guilty, like I shouldn't have done that.
It's amazing what we're capable of when there's a little bit of pressure.
I like a little pressure.
Yeah.
A little stress is a good keep you on your toes, keep you growing.
I agree completely. And that actually is a good segue into the quote that I brought today. which is more is accomplished in life by a person who is guided by their principles than one who relies on their will. Which is kind of a quote, kind of my working late boost. And that is like lately I have really, really been trying to live my life based on principles rather than feelings. Because I've mentioned it a little bit on here. There's a lot I haven't mentioned on here, but it's been kind of a difficult year for me, for my family, and whatever. I've been waiting to like feel motivated again because I feel like it's been tough. I've lost all my motivation, kind of. And so,
I can hear that.
Yeah, and so I'm really just trying to like, okay, I don't know when I'm going to feel it again. I don't know if I'll ever feel the way I used to feel when I used to like do 75 hard for fun. But we got to like start moving forward in life more than we have been. So we're living life on principles. It's with little things like working on my screen time that got a little scary a few weeks ago. And then like bigger things, like I really got to get it together in a few areas of life. So
it happens. Everyone goes through those ruts. I was probably there 2 or 3 years ago where you're just like, you don't know what you're doing, kind of bored in a way, and you just got to stay true.
How did you get through it?
I moved.
Okay.
There was a little bit of that. Sometimes you just got to sit down and like think through it and work with yourself. It's tough. It's easy to kind of say the things out loud, but then actually do them. And I find like sometimes just doing something hard, I know it kind of goes against like the feeling like you're looking for something easy, but like doing something hard and like accomplishing it, I don't know, like a marathon or something, like have something to look forward to. I think that kind of helped me.
Yeah, like
kind of work through all that.
Proving to yourself that you can again.
Yeah, you can do something, and those little wins help.
Yeah, well, I'm not opposed to moving either. Like if something comes along, my husband just got a new job, but
That's extreme, but like finding a new job or, doing something, maybe something you've always wanted to do, just kind of get yourself out of that little rut. It helps.
Yeah, and I've been trying to really structure my days, it goes back to the screen time, to be honest, so that I don't have time to just like I'm trying to put on, like today, my day was from 8 to 10, I was going to work on, getting some slides done, and then from 10 to 10:30, I had a meeting, and then from 10:30 to noon, it was working on this model, and then a lunch break, and then working on some other projects from 1 to 3, and, just like having every hour of my day kind of planned out, I've found has been like a good starting point for me, but maybe it's time to sign up for the next marathon or something. I don't know.
It's time to do some, was it High Rocks or whatever, just something hard.
Yeah, some of my friends just did a High Rocks. Those seem intense.
Those seem like they're the new Spartan races.
Yeah, you're right. Those are getting big. Did you have any working late boosts today?
Well, I got this little Dr. Pepper Zero here. I was a little dragging this morning. It's a Monday, a little tired, but yes, I don't drink a lot of sodas. But I don't know when all the soda companies figured out this zero thing, where everything is close enough. It'll kind of scratch an itch for that soda vibe. But I do feel like all the soda companies figured it out at the exact same time. But they're pretty nice. I kind of like them. I'll sip on one every now and again.
Okay.
And kind of give you that like soda boost without 250 calories of just pure syrup.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got my Diet Coke today, so I'm right there with you. I feel like there's nothing like a little bit of carbonation when you're tired.
Yes. Yeah, and I've already brought a sparkling water on, so I figured sometimes you need a little something stronger.
Yeah, I've been talking all day about how I'm going to like stop eating everything processed all the time. But, here I am with my Diet Coke. It's all about baby steps. So
yeah, small. That's drinking. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's not eating processed.
Yeah. The things I ate today were completely fine. So.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, do you want to move on to career confessionals?
Oh, let's go.
Okay. I do have a couple of career confessionals today. They all kind of follow the same theme of conversations with people who are just a little, unaware. Unaware is a good
Yep.
word. So,
Like every corporate environment has 1 to 2 of those people.
so my husband provided me with one of them. So he's new at his job. He's been there for, I think, 5 weeks now. Maybe this is week 6. And he just finished his MBA literally like last week. And anyways, he was having a conversation with one of his new coworkers, one of the accountants, about it. And this lady, she's like in her 50s, she tells him he should not have gotten his MBA as young as he did. There's no need to do it when you're that young. She said he should not have gotten married as young as he did, which is really sweet of her to have an opinion on. And then she said, but he is a really nice person. And
That's good.
I think
Brought it home there.
I think he just kind of smiled and nodded, and he didn't really know what to do with that information. But insane things to say to somebody who just finished their MBA and is, in fact, married, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting takes from her. She's definitely honest. You could probably trust her with her honesty later on. I'm assuming she's probably seasoned at her role.
Yeah, no offense to Jordan and sort of to you, but it's always the accountants. The accountants
It is,
are
yes.
a little social.
Oh, no, I'm not an accountant. I can say that. Yeah,
Okay.
that's how they are.
Okay. Yeah, and then I had an interaction last week. I went to the office, and again, a woman in her 50s. Maybe that's the common denominator here. I know her like vaguely. I've spoken to her a few times, but she always wants to talk when she sees me. And so, okay, like I'll talk to her, whatever. We were talking for maybe a few minutes. We were talking about my brother, who's a doctor, and she was talking about how she needs to go see a dermatologist because she has a rash. And I'm like, oh, okay. I just kind of like trying to skirt past that. And then she turns around, lifts up her shirt, and shows me her rash.
Oh. Whoa. HR alert.
And I was just like, ooh, okay. Trying to like skirt past that again. Just like, I don't want to look at the rash on your back. That's insane.
I don't know how you come back from that.
Well, I was kind of thinking, it's a good thing she showed me her rash, because like I'm not gonna be mean about it. I'm not gonna do anything, whatever. But then I was talking to my friend later on, and my friend is like, "Did she show you her rash?" And I'm like, oh. So she's showing the entire office her rash on her back.
Oh, well, now it's like a trophy for her. She's just showing it off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an insane thing to do.
That is brutal. I can't honestly say I know how to react in that situation.
Yeah, trying to change the subject was my approach, but she kind of kept bringing it back to her rash, and eventually I asked her, "How did you get your rash?"
Oh yeah, at that point you're sucked in. Like it's like Game of Thrones. You're all in now. Like I was like, tell me about this rash. I need some follow-ups on this rash. Let's make, what kind of creams and ointments are you using on this?
Yeah, so I hope she does see a dermatologist. I hope she's able to get help for her rash, but that was insane.
Yeah, I may need a update on the rash here in a couple of weeks.
Oh gosh. Okay, and then I was also the source of another issue today. I went to the office today, and okay, if anybody watching this podcast has like seen my TikToks, you know that sometimes I post like a day in the life type of TikTok where I'm working. And so I was filming one of those today, and I had like set up my phone and I was filming a clip, and I walked outside of the room. I was going to film myself walking inside the room. So I had walked in, set up my phone.
TV magic.
And then I'm walking out, I'm going to walk back in. And so my phone's recording. I walk out, and this young man who I've spoken to maybe 2 times is walking past, and he recognizes me, and he's like, "Oh, hey." And I'm like so flustered because I'm trying to like film myself and be discreet about it. And so I'm really flustered. I'm like, "Oh, hey." And the only thing I could manage to say was, "I didn't expect to see you here." And he's like, "You mean at the office?"
At the office where we work?
Where we work together? And
Oof,
I was just
brutal.
like, yeah. And the next thing I said to him was, "You're so much taller than I expected." Because I've only ever seen him on Teams meetings.
Oh, no. Oh,
to be fair, he
no.
was like 6'5", but he's like...
That's pretty tall, yes.
Really tall, but he's like, "Yep, I get that a lot. Have a good day." and walks away.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, that was really, really brutal. I hope it's a very long time before I have to have another meeting with him.
It will probably be next week.
Yeah.
So, as an influencer yourself, do you ever get worried that, or like hyper aware, like when you're filming yourself in public? Because I'm like the opposite. I like too aware. Like I feel like if I take a photo in public, like I'm freaking out and immediately trying to put my phone away. Is like not filming yourself during the day and stuff at work not bother you?
Yeah. No, I try to be very discreet about it. But I will say when I go to the office, most of my team lives in Dallas. Or in other places. And so at the office, like I'm usually the only person on my team there. So I'm sitting kind of alone. So that makes it like way easier.
Okay.
Yeah. Where I sit in the office, there's really no danger of people like seeing me film myself. I had gone to a different room to film. Well, I had gone to a different room for a purpose. And while I was there, I was going to film a couple of clips, and that's where he happened to be walking by.
That's where the interaction went down. Okay.
Yes. But yeah, no, it's tough. It's very awkward. I try to be, very discreet. And I have never mentioned anything about social media or TikTok or anything to any of my coworkers, and I never will.
Yeah.
So.
It's an unspoken truce. Okay. I was just kind of curious. I didn't know like what the company policy was, or if you just kind of did it quietly.
I just kind of do. Well, I also don't get any company branding in my videos. I try like to never I never say the name of the company that I work for or like have it anywhere in my videos. Like you would have to dig pretty hard to
really be an internet stalker to hunt it down.
Yeah. So that's another.
I recognize that door right there.
Yeah. That would be pretty crazy if you could take a look at my
Red
office
Maple.
and figure it out. But yeah, have you ever had any like crazy conversations like that?
All the time. One thing I'm really terrible at is like exits of conversations or pass-bys. I never really know what to say in the moment. So I'll kind of filter through my head, but by the time like I try to figure it out, like the moment has passed. Like I passed the an SVP this morning at the water cooler, and usually if I'm prepared for it, like I know his route because I sit right next to the walkway. So I usually have like something ready to go, but he caught me off guard today and we met. He goes, "Oh, how's it going?" And like, I just kind of panicked, like, "Great day." And then just zoomed off. I was like, "Oh," and you can kind of feel it too. Like, "Ooh, that was not good."
You should try hitting him with "You're way taller than I thought." Next time you see him.
Honestly, he is the tallest person in the tax department. So that would actually be really funny.
Okay. There you go.
We took a department photo like last month or something, and he's guy in the middle because he's probably every bit of 6'6", 6'7".
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's very tall.
So that line would work on him.
It would.
Well, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, but we can move on to hot takes now. I do have a hot take for you.
Let's go.
Okay. If a person, this might need some more context. If a person is not going to go to college or do any sort of post-secondary education, do they really need to finish high school? Like, does a high school diploma get you anywhere that, like, I don't know. Could you get anywhere with a high school diploma that you could not get without one?
My first reaction is yes. But I do feel like you need to at least go to high school and like graduate, right? Like,
I mean,
you're already there.
You should do that.
Today, I don't feel like the high school diploma is as needed on like job applications and stuff these days. And, there's other programs and stuff that I'm not super aware of, but, you got GEDs and probably private schooling. But I guess if you were like, if you're like 16, you're like, I'm going to work on air conditioners. That's what I want to do. Why am I wasting my time trying to learn what a conjunction is over here in English class? I just want to start working on air conditioners, and you just go do a trade. You know what? Go for it. That's what you want to do. Fine. I think you could make it.
Yeah. And I mean, for the record, I am all for everybody finishing high school. Like, that is what I want for everybody. I'm not a proponent of people dropping out. I've known several teens over the years because I volunteer with an organization in Houston. And I've known several teens who have decided to drop out of high school over the years. And honestly, I just can't think of a job that they would need only a high school diploma for that they couldn't get like while they're in high school, because they have no interest in any sort of post-secondary education. And so obviously I want them to finish high school. I want them to have like really great lives and be really successful, of course. Mm-hmm. But I just can't think of a job where they need a high school diploma, like, and that's the only education that they need.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I feel like you could just take the job and do that job for, 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
And your high school diploma didn't really bring much to the table there.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, just something I've been thinking about. I really hope everybody does graduate high school.
Please graduate high school. You're already there.
Yeah, all you have to do is show up, like most of the time.
Just show up. The bar is so low, guys.
Yeah. Anyways, do you have a hot take?
I do. It's a touch scorching hot.
Okay.
Our office, when we moved, we used to have dual monitors, 2 separate monitors, and never thought twice about it. And then we moved as a company-wide to curved monitors. And I absolutely hate these things. And I think anyone in accounting, finance, any of those trades would agree with me that the big curved monitor where you can put both your XLs on both sides and you have to hit Windows L to shrink it, whatever. Mm-hmm. It's just annoying. It's just not as good. And not being able to drag between the 2 screens, and it's just very inconvenient for something that on the surface seems like a cool idea. You got this big screen, you can get all the way to, AA, CC column in your Excel sheet. No, it's not. It's terrible. I hate it. I hate everything stretched around me. Everyone in the office can see your screen. So when I first got my new job, I was in we're a big open office, and everybody had the 2 monitors, but I was one of the first new people to get one of the new curved monitors. So when they delivered that thing to my desk, it's a stand-up desk in the middle of everybody. It was like a beacon to everybody. Look at this guy. Ooh. He's got this big 50-inch monitor. It's like encapsulating him, and it's just got all your stuff up there.
That is tough.
And I just hate them. They're just inefficient. I'm constantly trying to move things around, like to find the perfect, like you could shimmy your window sizes enough, and I don't know. I miss the two screens.
Okay, so to be clear, it's just one big monitor.
One big monitor.
Okay. I can see how that would be annoying. I can see, because you have a very clear boundary. If you have 2 monitors, you have a very clear boundary of your Excel spreadsheet for this monitor and this monitor. Yep. Just take up the monitor. But with the curved, I guess you kind of have to size them yourself, right?
You do, yes. And that is something I didn't know I'd miss is, you drag your, spreadsheet and it just auto fills to the side. Yeah. Boom, done. No, they're everywhere. And if you open and close your laptop, or you open up an Excel, sometimes it opens in the tiniest little square, anywhere in this 50 inches of curved blissfulness. And then you have to go find it and then open it up.
I can see how that would be
inefficient. I hate it. Yep.
Yeah, okay. And what you're saying about everybody can see it, even if you're just doing your job all the time and you're on task, it's nice to have some privacy, It
is. We have the privacy screens that you can get. But the problem is, if you're just slightly off center, you can't see your screen.
Oh, okay.
And I sit in kind of a main walkway, again, next to the water cooler, so everyone walks over there. So they can just see what's ever on my screen. So I always make sure I have some kind of crazy spreadsheet or SQL query pulled up to make it look like I know what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. So that's key out there, guys. Always have something pulled up on your screen that looks intimidating.
So you can't just be playing chess when you have...
Yeah, don't do that. Do that on your do that on your laptop. That's kind of tucked away from everybody.
Yeah, Google your embarrassing questions throughout the day, things you should know by now.
Yeah. If I'm Googling something I don't want anybody to see, I bring it over to the little tiny screen.
Okay, yeah. I've never thought more than 2 seconds about a curved monitor. I have always thought that they looked like, I don't know, the guy who has one in the office kind of looks like a douchebag with it.
Yes, yeah. It's like that guy's oh, okay, what are you doing over there? You need 50 inches of curved screen?
Yeah.
And I know there's some people that swear by these things, but they've got to be not in accounting, finance area. It's got to be somebody else. And I know IT people like 2 monitors too, So like I need to know who out there is like, yes, curve monitor, that's where it's at. I need all the surface area to look at whatever I'm looking at.
Yeah, what's like the general consensus with your coworkers about them? Do they have strong opinions?
Everyone hates them.
Okay.
There's people that bring in their own monitors every single day and use those and then take them home.
Wow.
That's how committed they are.
That's insane.
Yes.
Okay, so you haven't gotten to that point yet.
No, I'm not that committed. I'll just deal with it,
Okay.
but I will complain a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can get behind you with that one. I think if I only had a curved monitor all the time, I didn't really have any privacy, and I couldn't autofill the screen with my spreadsheet. I think that would get to me as well.
Yes, it will. It will.
So yeah, let us know, you guys, if y'all have strong opinions about that. But yeah, I'm with you.
Good.
Okay, well, for listener corner, for the last thing, I was hoping you could help me out with this because, so I get DMs all the time, and basically the general idea is like, I'm about to graduate college, don't have a job lined up yet, didn't do any internships, don't have any relevant experience. What should I do? And since it's May right now, I feel like there's been definitely an uptick in those DMs that
influx of those coming in.
Yeah, I've been getting quite a few recently.
That May graduation date creeps up on you.
So, I mean, I'm maybe I have a little bit of advice, but what would you say? Because you're pretty far in your career at this point. You're doing pretty well.
I was definitely in that same spot when I was inching up. I think it was like spring break. I realized like, oh no, I don't have anything lined up, and we're gonna be moving out. We're out of this house by like June. So I just started. This was back in the days of like Monster and Indeed was still kicking on, and I just had a resume template. And I was just applying to anything I could find. I would just type in accounting or finance into those sites, and I would just apply relentlessly. And I would also try to find like recruiters online. This was kind of the early days of LinkedIn.
Okay.
So you would just reach out to these people and just hope they would talk to you, and you just gotta hustle. A lot of it's just kind of hustling, get your name out there. I did spend a lot of time tailoring the resume to really make it feel like I had a lot of experience, even though I didn't. And unfortunately, if you don't have the internship or you don't have a ton of actual work experience, you do have to kind of make it seem like the things you did in school kind of fit the job that you're applying for. But that's one thing I learned was like you almost have to tailor your resume for that job itself. Read the job description, pull those buzzwords out, especially in today. AI is going to read that. If you don't hit a certain threshold, like it's never going to make it past that point.
Yeah.
And once you get into the humans, you can talk your way into stuff, but it's tough out there. And I think in today's world with no connections, internships, experience, I think LinkedIn messaging and really just word of mouth and knowing people is really the best way in.
Yeah, I agree with you. You really do have to tailor your resume. Like you definitely, if you need a job, you definitely should not be submitting the same resume to every job. I don't think
That doesn't work.
Yeah, which sucks. Like I understand it's a ton of work to come up with a new resume or to tailor your resume to every job, but I mean, we have like ChatGPT and Claude, so put the job description into one of those and put your bullet points into those and just have it like, change up your bullet points so that it gets all the keywords and whatever.
Yeah, it matches.
Yeah, I think that's what you have to do. And my husband, like I said, he's 5 weeks into his new job. I think his job search lasted about 3 months this time around. And so, yeah, he did try several different like iterations of his resume and recruiters, what you were talking about. He didn't, I don't know that he got a single interview just from applying on LinkedIn. It all came from recruiters. And, he went through not a lot. He probably had 10 recruiters that didn't pay much attention to him, didn't really, I don't know, I guess they met their KPIs already or something. But he did eventually find a really great recruiter who worked for him. And I'll just shout out that recruiter was with Robert Half, the agency, or the recruiting firm. So that might be a good place to start. It worked well for him. But yeah, I think recruiters will take you a long way.
Yeah, I think I remember Googling like recruiters in like Fort Worth and just setting up appointments. This is kind of before you you would do that on social media. I would go do appointments with them, and you get to know them because the recruiters will learn who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And they may not have a job for you at the time,
Mm-hmm.
but it's good to have your name out there. You never know. It could come in 3 months. You might be, 2-4 years down the line, and they may have a job for you. So it's always good to have that connection.
Yeah.
But I think the recruiters there's good and bad ones, but they are part of the game, and you do have to play it a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, they're like financially incentivized to get you a job. So
yeah.
It's a win-win. Also, I know you had talked about after college you worked for an accounting firm, right? And you decided it wasn't a good fit. Is that right?
Yep. That is correct.
So it's okay to like pivot. It's okay if your first job isn't what you want.
Yeah, that was my thought process was I knew that wasn't a forever job, but I needed something to really kind of give me at least some semblance of experience.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also may have used some of that company time to apply for other jobs.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
So hey, you got to do what you got to do, and it worked out.
Yeah, everyone's playing a game, so you got to play the game too.
Yeah, you got to play with them, and it's a lot easier to find a job when you have a job.
That's true. Why do you think that is? Because it seems like once you're unemployed, the job search just takes so much longer.
Yeah, that's one of those weird life things that it's unmeasurable. You can never really actually prove it, but that's the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you have a job, those jobs they'll just come at you all the time. It's like being single. There's just people everywhere.
Yeah.
But the second you don't have a job, it's I can't find any of these.
Yeah, I agree. That seems to be the case. Oh, and if you're in college and you don't have any internship experience, I mean, you just took 4 years of classes. So talk about all of your projects that you did on your resume, fill up space. And if you worked as a cashier somewhere, put that on there and talk about how you managed the money super well. And
word buzz it up.
Yep. Just put that into ChatGPT. And
yeah. If you went to Texas A&M, be sure to mention that several times.
Yeah.
For other Aggies.
Yeah, that's true. We're hiring someone at my company right now. And honestly, yeah, if your resume has A&M, I went to A&M, Jordan went to A&M, you're going to go to the top of the stack for me. Because I know...
Yep, you will.
I know, what it takes to get into A&M, and I feel like I know the caliber of person. So look for networks within the college that you went to as well. And yeah.
Alumni networks are powerful.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But I think that's all we have time for today. Thanks for giving your advice on that. Is there anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, great. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. Leave some kind words for Jordan as she's just newly postpartum and learning to navigate life with twin babies. And yeah, the work you're doing is going to pay off. So we'll see you next week.
I will.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye.